Are you looking for someplace different to shop that's true vintage, one of a kind, crazy out of the box, and not some mass-produced item? If you want to say hi to Otis, well, you need to shop at the Miller Collective in Sayre.
Everything's handmade. Everything, well, 90% handmade, I should say, because I have a junk room. So, we've got that little room back there that has the vintage. That's the vintage, the odds and ends, the old rusty stuff.
Julie Miller has been designing and creating things, mostly dolls, for years. She calls her folk art, her work, the Polka Dot Pig Primitive, and the Miller Collective is her store. Eclectic doesn't begin to describe her style, but it sure is fun and incredibly different.
I put witch heads on clocks and old radios. Every piece I try to put something vintage, something that's truly old to go with my dolls. I mean, I age them so they look like they're really old and worn out, but they're not. But I do, Frankensteins on top of everything, and it's stuffed inside, pumpkins on top of,
And when a holiday rolls around like Halloween, watch out.
Every holiday I can come up with something. I mean, there's Valentine's, there's, every holiday, Christmas, I do Christmas big, but Halloween's my favorite because my folk art's a little different. Most folks don't get it, but, they like the Halloween. Even if my other dolls kind of scare them, it's okay because Halloween's a little scarier, so.
By the way, the Miller Collective truly is a family-run business.
My daughter crochets. My third daughter down out of 5, she crochets and does all of that. My son builds he built this little thing. He does some of the welding. My husband builds the benches and he does some of the welding, and sometimes he cuts the tin out too. I have 2 vendors. I have Chris Ogden, who does the amazing metal art. And then we have Mary Lakey, who has a little corner, and she does vintage, fun stuff, does a little painting. But other than that, it's me.
She also creates barn tin, but her dolls attract a lot of customers.
A lot of my dolls, people say that they bring back memories. I mean, that's why I like to use the vintage, that they make them happy. I get a lot of travelers, I get more travelers than anything. I mean, I get people from Italy, and they're surprised. My shop surprises a lot of people that's what it is. They see handmade on the building and they're thinking Granny's crafts, which there's not anything wrong with Granny's crafts, but that's not what I am.
One of Julie's regular customers is Dawn Matheson. She loves Julie's over-exaggerated characteristics in her creations, but she adds how she saw Julie's creations as being about broken things that still have value and beauty.
I would say that you have to go check it out because there's going to be something that's going to speak with you. Maybe not this section, maybe not that section, but there's always something that you can catch your eye and think about and bring back a memory of something that you had seen in the past, or something that, you thought, if I picked that up in some antique store, I can't imagine what I would do with that. And then it's like, aha, so there's something that's still usable. The broken is still usable and still beautiful when put together in the right way.
And don't forget to say hi to Otis. He'll be at the store with Julie.